So we're gonna start with all the match that were played on Saturday. Saturday we had Liverpool play Brentford. Liverpool won at home 1-0. Mo Salah scored. Liverpool is creeping up on the league table. Like I say, Man United need to be careful because Manchester United lost back-to-back games. They lost on Thursday already against Brighton and McAllister penalty at the last moment, really. And today they lost again against West Ham. Now, I didn't predict, but I thought it would be hard for Man United to go beat West Ham at home. I know that team, although they're struggling, I had a feeling that this is the type of team that's struggling, fighting for a relegation, kind of so to speak, and Man United being a completely underperformer in 2 games back-to-back defeat, 2 1-0s. He's changed the formation today. I saw Ten Hag, he had Van Horst starting instead of Martial. Like I comment on the other video I made yesterday or 2 days ago about the way he set up his team with Anthony, Martial, and Rashford was the kind of type of play that he should probably try to get the possession more with Van Horst. Now, he tried that today, still didn't work, 1-0. He did play Luke Shaw again, central defender though. I don't understand. Why is Maguire? I saw Maguire was there on the bench. Like, wow, what has Maguire done to Ten Hag? Why is he on the bench and you rather play a left back as a central defender? I know Maguire's been playing poorly, and I said in the other video too. He's been playing poorly, but still, he's a central defender. Don't you rather have an actual central defender on your team than a Luke Shaw? He's really good at left back. Now, not only you compromising the central defender position, you're also compromising the left back. Now, I know Dallo is pretty good, but I would prefer to have Luke Shaw at his best position on the left. He can bring more to the attack. He and Marcus Rashford kind of play off each other a lot. Now you put him on the central defender. Now all these guys' natural position. Now he can do the job. As you can see, they haven't conceded 6 goals since he's been central defender. 1 on the penalty on Thursday and 1 again today. So you can argue he's doing a pretty good job as central defender. But I'm just saying he would do an even better job if he was at his actual position on the left and Maguire central defender. Unless you Ten Hag and only he knows what he's seen in training camp. Maybe Maguire is not satisfying. It's not satisfying him. That's what I want to see every day in training. Or maybe Maguire is injured and we don't know about. He was there on the bench, so I can just assume he's not injured. Nonetheless, Man United lost again today, 1-0 against West Ham. Our boy Ben Hammer scored. Also today we had the big one, Arsenal and Newcastle. That was a game I was waiting to see how Arsenal will react to that game because they've had sort of an easy path, but they have a rough. The last 8 games was supposed to be a rough path. They went to Liverpool and they didn't win. And they defeated Chelsea 3-1 midweek. Now they defeat Newcastle. Newcastle was the team I was waiting to see how Arsenal are going to deal with them because Chelsea is pretty much everybody's punching ball at this point of the season. But yeah, Arsenal made it 2-0. Martin Odegaard scoring his score against our own goal. Odegaard was pretty much, I'm going to say player of the match. It was player of the match. He and Ramsdale, actually. Ramsdale saved a bunch. Like Newcastle could have been, the first half could have ended 3-3, really, if it wasn't for Ramsdale. But I also think Saint-Maximin should have been playing earlier. If I were the coach, I would start Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin, that's the type of game he flourished. Like you put a big team out of it, play him against City, play him against Arsenal, play him against United. He's a showman. He's gonna show up for those type of big games. Now he could be scrappy and a little sloppy when he played mid-table team because he's a show-off guy. I thought Saint-Maximin would have done a better job, but Joelinton is really good at his position. That's a problem. I like that they had Arnold coming off the bench, but I thought Saint-Maximin could have started that game easily. He and Alexander Isaac would have done more damage than they did. But he played a good game, and then Arsenal won 2-0. And Arsenal is back at 1 point from City, but still have 1 game in hand. And then yesterday, like I said, Liverpool lost to Brentford 1-0. Manchester City defeated Leeds United 2-0 at home. Ike Gundogan has a brace. Tottenham won Crystal Palace 1-0. Chelsea finally, Frank Lampard finally get a W. Sheesh, it's been a long time. His first victory since he got back on the Chelsea's bench. 3-1 against Bournemouth. I thought that was the game that Chelsea couldn't have lost. In the previous video, like I say, Bournemouth is struggling. They're 14th in the league. Chelsea, there's no excuse to lose that game. And they went out and they won 3-1. Gallagher, Badiashile, and Joao Felix scored. And then Vinia scored for Bournemouth. So Chelsea finally gets 3 points against somebody. And then we also had Wolves defeated Aston Villa. Now, I thought Villa was going to win that game because I thought, although Wolves was at home and Wolves played really attacking football. I thought it was going to be an open game with a bunch of opportunities left and right. And I really thought Aston Villa, because I thought Unai Emery would outmaneuver his counterpart. But hey, this is what it is. Aston Villa lost 1-0. Gomez scored in the 9th minute. So Aston Villa dropping point. And they pretty much, I mean, they can still make it to Europa League Conference. But we see the league table later. And yeah, that's it for the Premier League. Like I said, we still have 3 more games on Monday. Fulham, Leicester City, Brighton, Everton, and Newcastle, Southampton. But yeah, the league is still a follow. City's first, 82 points. Arsenal second, 81. Newcastle third. So basically, the title is between Arsenal and City. Everybody knows it. City has 1 game in hand on Arsenal. So for all intended purposes, City has 4 points. Let's call it what it is. And then Newcastle has 63 points. United has 63. So Newcastle has 65. Newcastle has 63. And then Liverpool, 62. And then Tottenham. So Man United is dropping point. Now, the only good news for Man United, they have 1 game in hand on Liverpool and Tottenham. That's right behind them. So they can still hold on to that top 4. They have 4 matches remaining for United. So if they win 2 of those 4, they should be good. If they win the next 2, and Liverpool doesn't win all their games, or Tottenham, United should be good on the next game, which is Saturday, the next league match, except the Monday match. We have Leeds United playing Newcastle. It's going to be a good one. Newcastle should win that game, especially losing today against Arsenal. They're going to play away at Leeds. Leeds is fighting for relegation, so it's not going to be an easy win. You're not going to go over there. It's not going to be a walk on the park. They're fighting for relegation. They're right up there. They're 17th. There's 3 teams behind them on the relegation spot, and they're literally 17, 1 point behind them. So Leeds going to give everything they got. Now, that could play in Newcastle's favor, as in they're going to want to open and win that game. Leeds United, I mean, they're not going to just trying to get satisfied with a draw game. So they could help Newcastle win the game, but I think it could be a draw. I hope for Newcastle they win if they want to keep, make it to the top 4 in Champions League football. It would be good for them to win. They have 4 matches left. If they can win 2, they get. Newcastle go on to face Leeds United, and then we have Aston Villa facing Tottenham. That's the big one for Tottenham. Can Tottenham go win at Aston Villa? I'm not sure they can. Unai Emery, like I said, he's having a good season, and he just lost this week, like I said, against Wolves away from home. I think they're going to lose at home against Tottenham. Tottenham going to have to go and play their football and give the business to Aston Villa, because Aston Villa is not a team you can just go at home and try to win. It's going to be a scrappy game. Unai Emery knows what he's doing. He's a coach that I can calmly say it's not going to be an easy match for Tottenham. Nah, I can get completely wrong, and Tottenham can blow them up 4-0, and I just don't see that happen. Next match will be Man United against Wolverhampton at home at Old Trafford. Although Man United is going to play at home, Wolves is the type of team that United should be able to beat, to be honest, at Old Trafford. But the pace that they have when they attack can be a big problem for United, especially if United want to keep the ball and control the tempo of the match. They need to be careful with the counter-attack, because Wolves is a team that's super pacey up front. But yeah, I think United should be able to win that game easily at Old Trafford, though. Next game, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. Now, after Bournemouth, that was an easy game, but I thought Chelsea now hosting Nottingham at home. This is the perfect match to win at Stamford Bridge. If you're Frank Lampard, he just won away from home. That's a good 3 point. But you gotta beat Nottingham. Nottingham is literally 18 in the league. They play for relegation. You gotta be able to beat Nottingham Forest. If you don't beat Nottingham Forest at home, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. And then Southampton gonna play Fulham, and Crystal Palace gonna host Bournemouth on Saturday. And then on Sunday we're gonna have Everton, Man City. Should be a walk in the park. Everton is struggling. They 19 out of 20 team. They're probably gonna go down, and then City's gonna come and dominate. Really, could be 5-6-0. Haaland's gonna have a feast with his team, and then Brentford's gonna face West Ham. I think Brentford should win that game. They just lost to Liverpool. I don't see them losing back-to-back against West Ham. And then another big one, another really good match. Arsenal Brighton, 2 teams that play offensive football, high pace, high intensity. And Brighton is a good team to watch this season. And Brighton is sitting in 7th place. They're trying to make a push for Europe. And Arsenal is trying to make a push for the league title. So it's going to be a very open game. A very interesting game, especially Arsenal play home. It's going to be open match. I can't wait to see that game. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good game, open match, and also some unfinished business after the transfer window with my boy Leandro Trossard playing against his old team. So Arsenal and Brighton is the match I'm waiting for to watch on Sunday in the Premier League. And that's it for the Premier League. So we're just going to jump right on onto the next one. Let's go into La Liga Español.